Nessa girl. Now, I know Erykah Badu told us when your man ain't acting right, his ass better call Tyrone, but I never understood why. Child, the shit done hit the fan and Erykah told us to call Tyrone because he had all the church's money at home. Did you get into this Howard University financial aid scandal swirling around stunt queen of the year, Tyrone Hankerson? Who is in charge of the girls? Is Tyrone in charge of the girls? Tyrone is in charge of the girls. Bitch. I just got through really studying this case and they say this man done stole $430,000 of financial aid money in 4 years. Here's my first thing before we even get down into it. Everybody in a senior position at that financial aid office and the university president need to be motherfucking fired, okay? When I went to Florida State University and got my degree in economics, them hoes taught me everything about accounting. And I refuse to believe in some sort of audit or reconciliation that a red flag didn't go off in several people's brains that something was off and it was discrepancy in the books, okay? The university president, he might not be directly implicated in this situation, but I don't understand what kind of monthly financial meetings and reports that y'all are not having and not reading, that this just did not come to the light before then. Now, the articles that I've read that says several senior financial aid people have been fired or resigned quietly, and yes, because they were all connected in it somehow. But I don't understand how the university president did not know this much money was missing, especially when the person who blew the whistle was able to realize that there was some hanky-panky going on because the award amounts were way more than the tuition and way more than the maximum allowed during a semester or academic school year. So if anybody just eyeballing a report can see that somebody got a $60,000 grant and that's wrong, I'm not understanding why more people were unable to catch this situation. So for that, the university president, his ass has got to be let go too. But I got a few questions. I want to know what all the fuck was Tyrone buying? Like, for the life of me, I don't understand what you do with that much money in 4 years, especially fronting for the gram. Like, bitch, what kind of Gucci was you back? Quiet as it's kept, Tyrone Hankerson. I'm starting to believe you Marlo Hampton Connect. You know what I'm saying? That's where Marlo getting the clothes and the fashions from and the coins, because that's the only explanation. You had to be sharing this money with Marlo for it to make sense. That you, girl, I thought somebody was in my damn house. Forward the machine. The ghost of Tyrone and them goddamn fashions and them damn dead ostriches that Gucci killed to make that jacket he had was behind me trying to scare me, girl. Let me stop talking about people business and pray. Nonetheless, Tyrone, you really had it going on. And see, here's the thing. Didn't no adult in the financial aid office feel like this boy was too jazzy to be a student? Now, you know, maybe I'm reaching, and maybe because Howard has such a large population of well-to-do legacy students there, maybe all the Gucci and gold wasn't an alert or a warning sign to adult people. But like, Tyrone, what did your own family think? What did your own friends think when they saw you in all this expensive stuff? I'm just surprised you didn't get caught sooner. And the thing about it is, Tyrone, where you went wrong, well, you went wrong from stealing in the first place. But bitch, when you hit the lick the first time, you're supposed to hit that lick and leave it alone. In the event that you got caught, you would have got a slap on the wrist. And bitch, you damn sure don't hit the lick for 60 and 70,000. And if you do hit it for that much, you damn sure don't hit it again. I'm just confused because when I was going down to Florida State to get my degree in economics, my refund checks every semester used to be about, I think like $5,000 or so. I would pay my rent for the semester or whatever, and I would have like $3,000 and some change to live off of. Then I had a job, right? And so I made extra money with my work. It would seem, and bitch, I stayed dressed in college and going to all the parties, never ate out whenever I wanted to, bought up all the drinks when I wanted to, and all of that, and never skipped a beat. With the level of money that Tyrone had, that bitch must have been selling the 7 C's around the world, and okay? With the whole goddamn crew, because I just don't understand what a young person does with that much damn money that is not a, you know, that there's just not a red flag to the mature, responsible adults in his life. $400 and something thousand, y'all. That is a lot of money. It's almost $500,000. And the thing about it is, that was just Tyrone portion. The people say over $1 million is missing from Howard altogether in the last 4, 5, 6 years. That's another reason why the president and every person in management in financial aid need to be let go. The president for being just reckless and not paying attention to what's going on in the financial aid department, and the financial aid whole department need to be let go, because all y'all hoes in there on the situation. Quiet as it's kept, I don't understand how a student can be in a cash disbursing job role in the first damn place. Like, I just don't think that's a role that should be given to a student. And it also seems to me that the system would automatically flag large financial aid amounts and require a second signature or a second level of approval. It seems to me, again, the president needs to be fired, because these protocols and procedures should have already been in place when you're dealing with this much of the church's money. To be honest with Tyrone, I could have respected him more if he was upping the amount he was getting in loan money. But you was taking all the free grant money. They say Tyrone was down there making up grants that didn't even exist, awarding himself, grants that he made up in his head with them delusions of grandeur of him being the next Kim Kardashian. It just saddens me, because with Tyrone's $430,000 and the overall $1 million plus that's been misallocated or dished out fraudulently, a lot of students went without. You know what I'm saying? And imagine the people who are down there scratching and surviving, trying to pay for tuition, while these bitches are living in the everlap of luxury with the church's money. It's people out here taking out all these goddamn student loans, and Tyrone stole all this money for some clothes and some other damn bullshit. The sad part about it is, Tyrone, they said this was his last year. He was a law school student, which means you don't did undergrad and grad school. And bitch, you ain't get nothing for it. And you gonna have to pay restitution on them $430,000. Like, Tyrone, you really fucked up. And I know you somewhere like contemplating suicide right now, because it's like, even if you go to jail, go to prison, I'm sorry, baby, because you stole like this and not like this, baby. You stole like this, okay? Even when you get out of prison, you can't even get your transcript and try to get your life back on track with any kind of credit you got from Howard. Ooh, to have to sit through a whole nother undergrad degree program at an accredited university just to get a degree after you done did 6, 7 years of college, and you were on a doctoral level getting your Juris Doctorate, that has got to fucking suck. And this shit, paying restitution on $430,000 has got to fucking suck too. I just don't understand. This is really bad for Howard, because in the black community, Howard is our Yale. I mean, Howard is our Yale. It's our Oxford. It's our London School of Economics. Like, Howard is black people royalty, black people Ivy League. And Howard tends to not find itself in the media, unlike a lot of the smaller HBCUs. No shade to anybody, but I would have expected this type of story to be coming out of like Morris Brown. I mean, I would have even gave Clark, Atlanta, some of this. I would have never expected this to come out of Howard, and this has exposed a huge vulnerability in Howard's oversight and their policies and procedures. And anybody else in a cash disbursement situation at the rest of these HBCUs or all colleges for that matter, whatever the fuck you doing, whatever the fuck you took, if you ain't spend it all, you better put the shit back. And you better fucking quit, resign quietly, transfer your job somewhere else, because you best better believe what Tyrone Hankerson did was open up a can of worms, and more importantly, started a witch hunt for auditors and investors and the government into these colleges and what's going on with the money. And you know what? It's about damn time, because a lot of these HBCUs are falling apart because of mismanagement of funds and shit like this. Quiet as it's kept, I'm curious to know how rampant this type of thing is across HBCUs. I need all of my people on here that have worked in the financial aid office or who are presently working in the financial aid office to drop down in the comments and explain to me how somebody is able to steal this much damn money. Like, this is just ridiculous. And Tyrone, you got greedy. Let me tell you what you should have did. If it was me, let's just pretend like OJ said, if I did it. If I was Tyrone, I ain't gonna lie, bitch, I'd have got them for the 15,000. I'd have got them for the 10,000. And I might have did it twice, not in the same fiscal year. Because you put an additional 15,000 on what you already doing. Bitch, that's a whole lot of motherfucking money for a student. And I am glad that at that age, I was not pressed about Gucci and gold, and I was wearing Jabot and Tommy and Nautica and Polo and things of that level. Bitch, $15,000 worth of Polo and Jabot is a lot of goddamn clothes. You know what I'm saying? You could have still been equally as fabulous with department store brands, but no, honey, you had done got the Marlon Hampton bug, and these girls let social media gas them up so bad to want to be these overnight celebrities for nothing, overnight celebrities by not having talent, overnight celebrities by what you got on, that is causing young people to do stupid shit like this. Please be warned. The bill is going to come due, whether you pay on the front end or the back end, you going to pay. And I suggest you pay on the front end, because now Tyrone finna pay with his life, he finna pay with his credit and his finances, and he finna pay with a whole lot of his family resources to get him out of this trouble. So, girl, I hope them ostrich feather Gucci jackets that you had keep your ass warm at night when you down to the Shawshank trying to get redemption. I'll call you later, Nessa girl. Bye.